Hi, yeah. So thanks so much for making the time to chat with me about your upcoming Reef Rave tour. So tell me, like, that's a bit of a tongue twister. I was trying to say it out loud, but tell me, like, how are you feeling and what are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, so I'm super excited to finally announce like a summer tour. So it's a Reef Rave. It's a family rave for all ages, as young as like newborn babies to grandparents. It's an underwater theme. There's going to be like giveaways. It's also in collaboration with Nickelodeon. So we're celebrating 25 years of SpongeBob. So there's lots of giveaways. There's like tattoo corner with like the fake tattoos and stuff. Heaps of entertainment for the young kids and music for everybody. So yeah. Any questions?
I have lots. But yeah, that sounds very exciting. And I guess it's kind of like, because, growing up watching SpongeBob as well, it kind of heals like your big kid heart as well. Because, like, I'm not a toddler, but I'd love to just come out and do all that.
Yeah, and I think with SpongeBob as well, he kind of hits all ages, and he has this cool factor about SpongeBob as well. Like it's not for babies or it's not just for young kids. It's like you could enjoy it, and there's heaps of jokes, and the tone of the show is really cool.
Yeah, and you said SpongeBob's been around for 25 years. So is there a favorite SpongeBob moment that you have that you're most excited to share in this tour?
Um, Nothing in particular. I think it's like well, I've done a few remixes of some of the like known songs in there, and I'm gonna do a lot of sampling of like SpongeBob and Patrick and stuff throughout the show, which could be really cool and unique. So I'm excited to incorporate him in that way as well, and also sing him a happy birthday with everybody.
Definitely. And you've mentioned that you like dressing up and things like that. So if you had to come up with like the ultimate underwater rave outfit, what would it look like and would SpongeBob approve?
So I would definitely have. Well, I always have my braid in, so my thick braid. Maybe the colors of like blue and purple and white, maybe something that glows in the dark. I don't know. I have heaps of ideas in mind. Like you can dress up as like a mermaid or a fish or a shark. I don't know. Like my mind just throws so many ideas. It's hard to like latch onto one. But definitely the braid. Um, yeah. What would you do? What would you wear?
I don't know. Like, I just like the whole idea. Like, I've always loved his house. Like, I feel like I would just dress up as a pineapple and just sing like Billy's Under the Sea, like throughout the whole concert. Like,
Yeah,
honestly.
true. That's a good one. I might actually cut up some pineapples as well. It's like, yeah, to
But I
go
feel
snack.
like a lot of people would dress up as Squidward. Like, you can't go wrong with that, right?
Yeah, he's the villain.
But yeah, we hear that SpongeBob himself may be making an appearance at some stage. So what kind of backstage shenanigans do you imagine happening when a DJ and a sponge meet?
Backstage shenanigans. There's no rules. We just go over like maybe some TikTok ideas, some dances, and yeah, I might throw some water on him and see how quick it absorbs. You know, push up challenge. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. And you're the architect of toddler techno. So how do you make sure the beats are bouncy enough for the kids, but also funky enough for the parents? And is there a secret like toddler approved bass drop that you have?
So this one's tricky. So it's actually quite of a challenge, quite challenging to make a cheesy nursery rhyme sound cool. So I make sure that the beat and the bass line like hit my ears because I'm a parent. I am the demographic. So if I feel like it sounds cool and the melody and the words are easy to recognize by toddlers, I test it out on my 2-year-old. And then you got the perfect formula. So as long as the kids see the parents having fun because the bass hits. And yeah, I think it's just like a feeling when I'm making music. I make sure that it's kind of caters to both. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And it's perfect that you've got your own young one as well that you can test it out on and just see what the reaction's like.
Yeah. So I always keep it in mind with her because with young kids, their attention's very small, and they're just always trying to do something else. So trying to keep their attention, but also making it vibey.
Yeah. Did you get into this from like being the perspective of a parent and noticing the gap, or how did you go from like Justice Crew to like techno raves and for kids?
So there's quite a big gap. So Justice Crew happened 2010, so 14 years ago, and we had our peak 2014, and then since then we kind of declined. But I was focusing on music production and trying to pursue being a DJ, like an electronic DJ. So from the gap of 2016 until like ongoing, I've just been trying to pursue music production. So I've been heavily into that. And then I had my daughter 2 years ago. So having a newborn at home while I'm trying to make banging beats in the studio next door, it just kind of happened organically. And I just wanted to, see what it was like if I can turn something kiddish into something banging.
Yeah, and it's so good.
Yeah,
Obviously, the kids love it. Has there ever been a standout moment where you've looked into the audience and you've seen like a young kid just completely raving and losing it?
all the time. It's like a mixture though. So you see, it could be a toddler like the same age, and one's like going wild and having a good time, and then one's just like statically staring at you. So it's kind of like you have to, as a performer, it's hard to perform to like someone staring at you like that. So you just gotta like, and I understand kids because I have my kids. So sometimes they're a bit more introverted and they're not showing it. So yeah, I think everyone shows their enthusiasm in different ways. But yeah, I see a range of sleeping babies to raving babies.
Yeah. And I like that it appeals to all ages as well. Because I remember one time, Your Wheels on the Bus remix came on in the car, and I was with my friend and her toddler in the back, and the toddler wanted no bar of it, but me and my friend were just like vibing, and the toddler's looking at us like, "What are you girls doing?"
Yeah, it's crazy with toddlers, right? You think it depends when you introduce toys or music to them. And I find that with them, whatever's familiar is what they like. So if you show it to them a few times, then they go, "Oh, I know this one." They'll have fun with it. But anything new, they'll just be like, "What's this?"
Exactly. And because you've got a mix of like, you've had previously like the Justice Crew songs and now the children's songs, do you feel like you're like in 10 years from now, you'll be in a never-ending loop of just children being like, oh, play the bus song or play the Macarena?
I don't know. I mean, people are still asking me to play Justice Crew now. So yeah, I'd imagine in 10 years' time they might just say, "I'll play that throwback one." It just depends what's in.
Yeah.
Techno might be out, and maybe I'm doing dubstep by then.
And as a DJ who remixes children's songs, do you ever find yourself in a showdown of characters like SpongeBob and Paw Patrol for like who has the best theme song? Like who would you say has the crown for the best theme song?
Oh, that's a hard one. I mean, I'm very fascinated with how theme songs are made. I wouldn't say I have a favorite in particular, but they all hit like a different spot. I feel like the Paw Patrol ones are based around like the punk sound, like that like yeah, that 2000 and that 1990s kind of punk sound. Um, and SpongeBob is very, I don't know, it's just very fascinating to see how they all vary. But I don't have like a specific one because yeah. I'm not going to pick any favorites.
Yeah, it would be very hard. As you said, I guess it just depends because things come and go, and especially when anniversaries come up, things make comebacks as well. And
And
yeah,
I think they hit different if it hits that nostalgic spot for you. Like you will have like a different song that throws you back that might go, "Oh my god, this song." You know?
yeah. I feel like for me, like I haven't heard the Bananas in Pajamas theme song for ages, but when it does come on, I have that moment of, oh, this song.
Yeah. Throws you back to being at home as a
Yeah.
toddler.
And I know your toddler is still quite young, obviously, but like I'd love to know what she thinks. Like, does she think she's got like the coolest dad with you being like remixing all this stuff?
I don't know. I mean, like with her, because so my twin brother, her uncle is the Purple Wiggle, so she's been at their studio often, and John always comes here, but she's not anything like she's not starstruck at all. And I think with lots of toddlers, they don't have that bone in them. They don't feel starstruck. They don't feel like they don't put people above anybody else, which is really fascinating. So I don't know if she thinks that yet.
I think it's definitely interesting that toddlers don't have that concept of it, where it's like an older
No,
might be like, oh, my uncle's a wiggle and my dad does this.
yeah, she's just like, so isn't everybody on TV or isn't everybody doing that? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird. I love it.
Yeah, and lastly, without giving too much away, like just tell us what you have in store for the Reef Rave tour.
So lots of new remixes. I'm trying to stick to the theme of underwater. We've got a massive inflatable octopus on stage. Lots of other inflatables. Lots of games. So if you miss out, you just miss out on the fun.
Yeah, so no one wants to have FOMO, right? You don't want to miss.
No, you don't want to miss out on a moment that could just go viral on TikTok, you know?
Yeah, because once you see it on TikTok and it's already happened, it's too late to go back and be like, I wish I went to that.
Yeah, oh, I was gonna go to that, but now that video's gone. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
No free toys for Christmas. That's perfect.
But that's pretty much all my questions. Did you have any other comments you wanted to add or things you want people to know, whether it's about this or anything else that you're working towards for next year as well?
Nothing in particular. I have a Christmas EP coming out in 2 weeks. Just a bit of techno Christmas fun. That's what this is all about. And yeah, I'll be playing them at the shows before Christmas, and yeah, just follow me online, and I'll just be posting new content and new music all the time.
And I love that because I feel like Christmas, you kind of get sick of hearing like the same songs over and over. So it's good to spice it up with just like a
Just
remix.
something, yeah, just something to have fun with, because that's what it is. It's a holiday period. It's to have fun. So why not just spice it up?
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing what you do from here.
Thank you so much for the call.
No worries. Bye.
Bye.